Hey guys, it's Laura from Winter Family Cooking. Today I'm going to be making creamy crockpot chicken. However, I didn't get it in at lunch, story of my life, so I am actually going to end up putting it in the oven instead. So I'm going to show you what I do to get it ready and then how I, instead of putting it in the crockpot, I put it in the oven. Do while I am defrosting the chicken is go ahead and slice up the mushrooms. So I'm gonna slice them up, put them in a bowl, and then just set them aside because they will be put in with the chicken at the very end. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. The mushrooms all cut up. Now I am going to do the chicken. I have chicken tenders here, and one thing I hate about chicken tenders is these little pieces right here that are super rubbery. So what I have found is you take a fork and a paper towel and try to get them out. It does kind of pull back apart your chicken, but that's okay. It doesn't matter how it cooks. And then it just helps. So then you don't get that random bite of just that chewy that you can't get through and you end up having to spit it out anyways. Nobody likes that. So we're gonna try to get as many of these out as we can. My chicken's just still slightly frozen because it was in the freezer 10 minutes ago. So I will go ahead and show you how I do that. All right, I'm using the same exact cutting board as I did for the mushrooms, hence the reason it looks extra dirty. I hate pulling out extra ones. I always try to do my vegetables first, so then I can do my raw meat on it after and not have to worry about washing it, or are the veggies really gonna get cooked enough, to where the chicken's, the raw chicken's still not on them, or the raw meat of any sort. So anyways, like I was saying, hate these. These right here, a pain in the butt. I have learned that if you take, if I can even pick it up, take this piece right here, I'm gonna put a fork through it like this, like that. So thread it through the fork. You can do this without a paper towel. I have found a paper towel a lot easier. If you grab that piece with the paper towel, it gives you better grip. And just like that, that piece is out. So now you don't have that in your meat. You won't get that chewy piece. So let me show you another one. So like I said, some of this is pretty frozen still, unfortunately. Oh, here's a perfect one. Same thing, feeding it through the fork, grabbing that with the paper towel, and you're gonna pull. And I kind of use the fork as leverage. So it's gonna remove the least amount of chicken as possible, but it's going to get that whole piece out. So you're not gonna have that in your chicken. Like I said, it does kind of pull your chicken apart, but that's okay. It's gonna come out the same. So it's no big deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these, or as many as I can. There is also, on some of these, there is some of this. I do the same thing. I feed it through the fork and do the same thing and start pulling at it and get as much of it off as I can, just so then it's not in my chicken for later. Just a couple tablespoons of olive oil in here, letting it heat up a little bit. And I am going to put the chicken in here now. And I'm going to season this with just a little bit of salt and pepper. Now we're not going for cooking this all the way through. We're just trying to brown the outside on both sides. And then we will put it in a casserole dish, and it will finish cooking in the oven. So I have already set my oven to preheat to 350 degrees. Every step that I'm doing is exactly the same for a crock pot until the cooking point. So this is still a step that you have to do for the crock pot. You still brown it on both sides, and then instead of putting it in a casserole dish, you're putting it in the crock pot. Well, I'm gonna put it in a casserole dish and cook it for 40 minutes instead of doing a crock pot all day, because let's face it, I totally spaced what we were gonna do for dinner tonight and went, okay, hey, let's just throw it in the oven. It turns out exactly the same. So this is what we're looking for here, is just a little bit of browning. We're gonna flip this chicken over and we will do the same thing on the other side. So I got all my chicken browned. I'm just put it in a casserole dish here. And now we are going to make the sauce that goes on top of it, we need a brick here of cream cheese. Maybe. Trying not to get it all over myself here. Okay, so we need a brick of cream cheese, and we need this to melt and soften. And you just put it straight in the pan that you just pulled the chicken out of. Yeah, we're making a mess here. Alright, it's all good. Alright, a can of cream of mushroom soup. There we go. And you're going to stir this around and try to get this cheese melted, the cream cheese. All right, now we are going to add white cooking wine. It calls for 1/2 cup, but I actually like a little bit more saucy, so I'm just gonna put probably about 3/4 cup in. Get all of this mixed together here. And still get that cream cheese softened and mixed into the sauce. All right, almost forgot. The Good Seasons Italian dressing mix. And you guys thought I forgot about those mushrooms. Can't forget about the mushrooms. We're gonna add those in now. And just continue stirring this sauce and getting these mushrooms softened up a bit. All right, so this sauce, you can see that, it's runny. I'm gonna drip it over the edge. Has completely mixed together and it's nice and warm. So I am going to pour it over this chicken now. Heavy pan. Oh boy. Spread it out here so it's over all of the chicken. Show you this. A couple little clumps of cream cheese, and that's okay. They will just stay how they are and bake like that. I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil, and we're gonna bake it for 300. We're gonna bake it at 350 degrees for 40 minutes. And then right before it's done, we are actually going to boil some egg noodles to put this over. Water boiling has begun. It is time to add the noodles. We love these country pasta egg noodles. You can do any type of egg noodles. You can even do normal noodles, but these are our favorite. I'm turn down my stove a little bit. So we're gonna add these, cook them until they're done, and they should be done. They're not coming out, you know. Perfect. I'm gonna have to fix that. They should be done right about when the chicken is. So, yeah. Okay, now we're good. Not really. Still making a mess. Oh boy, okay. Ouch, just burnt myself. So, still waiting on those noodles. Thought they'd be done quicker. Apparently not. Chicken's right here just waiting. I'm waiting too. Yeah, good times. Noodles are finally done. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like once it's dished up. We need lots of noodles. I'll show you what this looks like. Bring it in here. Whoops, I'm twisting you here. Twist and shout, baby. That's what it looks like. And now you're upside down. I don't know. Okay, chicken's done. There's that. Noodles. So let's put the chicken on the noodles. Oh boy. Lots of mushrooms, lots of chicken. There you have it. Creamy crock-pot chicken or oven-baked creamy chicken. Okay, Steven, put the dog down and try this. Okay, there's kind of a bite already for you. Maybe hot. Do you love this meal? It's really good. Mm-hmm. Oh, good. I hope you have a great day. See you later. The fun of cleaning up. After dinner is getting made, oh, there will be more once it's done. Good times.